Welcome back to Lesson 8.2, an overview of photosynthesis. Let's review the overall reaction, or general formula, for photosynthesis. The primary product of photosynthesis are 6-carbon sugars like glucose. Oxygen is also produced, so these are our products, glucose and oxygen. Our raw materials are carbon dioxide and water. We also need an energy source, and that energy source is light. So let's take a look at how photosynthesis takes carbon dioxide and water, combines it with light to form glucose and oxygen. Photosynthesis involves two sets of reactions: the light-dependent reactions and the light-independent reactions. The light-dependent reactions depend on light to produce the products that it sends to the light-independent reaction, which takes those products to form sugars. So let's take a look at each of these sets of reactions in more detail. First, let's look at the light-dependent reactions. As you can see, light is coming in, sunlight. The thylakoid membrane, the chlorophyll inside the thylakoid membrane, gets excited from the light, and it releases off energy in the form of electrons. Some of this energy and the process that occurs in the membrane turns ADP into ATP. And as you recall, ATP is cellular energy. It's what our cells use when it needs to expend energy. Also, some hydrogen molecules are given off. So where do those hydrogen molecules come from? Well, water's involved. As you know, water is H2O. And through a process called photolysis, don't worry about remembering that, but it means to break apart with light. Photolysis. Lysis means to break, photo means light. Water gets broken apart into hydrogen ions and into oxygen. And oxygen is basically a byproduct of photosynthesis. So the oxygen from photosynthesis comes from the water. So we've got hydrogen ions, we've got energy, electrons. This NADP molecule grabs the hydrogens, grabs the electrons, and turns into NADPH. So where does this ATP and NADPH go? They go to the light-independent reactions. The light-independent reactions take the hydrogen and the electrons, the energy, and carbon dioxide, or CO2, and mix it all together in this cycle called the Calvin cycle, named after the person who discovered it. Actually, from what I understand, the person who discovered it was a tiger named Hobbes, but since tigers can't take credit, his buddy Calvin took credit for it. That's a joke, by the way. So carbon dioxide, hydrogen, the ions, the hydrogen, the electrons, ATP, all come together to form our sugars like glucose, C6H12O6, and other carbohydrates. So, in summary, these two reactions are interdependent. The molecules that are given off, or the energy that's given off in the light-dependent reactions, fuel the light-independent reactions. Notice also that NADP is cycled in this process, and ATP gets recycled as it's broken down into ADP and then built back up again. So it's a cyclical nature. And that is the process of photosynthesis.